Welcome back to A Beer and Review. On this episode, I'm drinking Sam Adams Rebel Grapefruit IPA. Continuing on with the Sam Adams Rebel IPA, this is the grapefruit version. Rebel Grapefruit is brewed with real grapefruit for a big punch of citrus that amplifies the tropical fruit and citrus notes of one of the Sam Adams brewer's favorite West Coast hops. Alright, this guy's coming in at a 6.3 alcohol by volume with a 52 on the IBU scale. Sam Adams Grapefruit IPA. Let's get right to it and see and smell and taste what this guy's like. Not a great pour again, that's a lot of head on that. What can you do? I'm getting hints of the grapefruit. I'm getting some of the hop. This is definitely more subdued than the juiced IPA that I did last week. You get hints of it though. I'm not really getting a whole lot of the tropical fruit. I mean, the other one really came through. Yeah, so let's get right down to the scoring aspect of this. Aroma. Get it right in my nose. It's a lot more subtle than the juiced or even the Rebel IPA. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 12. It's not a horrible smell. I'm just not getting much. Yeah, I think a 6 out of 12 is adequate for that. Appearance, it appears a bit hazy. It's definitely not crystal clear like the other ones. It's still that nice golden color, but this one definitely has a haze in it. But I still think it's a really good looking beer, so I'm going to give that a 3 out of 3. Now the grapefruit really comes through on this. Because the aroma was so subtle, I was expecting the flavor to be a little subtle too, but hell no. This immediately hits you with that grapefruit taste. Right away, while it's in the mouth, and even on the follow-through and the aftertaste, it's grapefruit through and through. You get a little bit of that hoppiness, a little bit of the Rebel IPA flavor coming through, but mostly it's grapefruit. And I'm actually a little surprised that this is coming through so much, considering the aroma is so subtle. It has a little bit of that bitterness, but it definitely has that tang on the back of the throat from the grapefruit flavor, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So flavor, I'm going to go a little bit less than last week's juiced, and I'm going to give it a 14 out of 20. Just because while the grapefruit is coming through, I'm not a big fan of grapefruit flavor. So this is skewing this a little lower. Even though this 14 out of 20 is a good score, this is still going to score fairly well. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the grapefruit. It's not overwhelming, but it's enough that I'm not tasting into really much of the IPA coming through. But anyway, 14 out of 20 is the score I'm giving it. Mouthfeel, I'd have to say it may linger a hair longer than the other two, but it's still about the exact same as the regular Rebel IPA and then the juiced Rebel IPA. So I'm just going to give that a 4 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Overall, I'm going to score this a 6 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of the grapefruit coming through. It still works for the beer, but I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, that gives us a score of 33 out of 50. Not bad at all. I'd say give this a shot if you're a fan of grapefruit. If you don't like the taste of grapefruit at all, stay away from this guy. The grapefruit flavor is very prominent in this drink. And it's not bad. If you don't mind the taste of grapefruit, and you're really interested to see what that's like with an IPA, give this a shot. If you have, let me know down in the comments below what you think of it, or if you know of any other good beers that I should try. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want, but be sure to come back next week for another beer and review. And until then, cheers.